Tim Moore here with TLC Floor Care, and we are at this Smyrna, Tennessee hotel again today. We knew we would be back here this week. Last week we did vinyl luxury plank flooring. This week we're doing tile and grout. So this is the tile and grout. See how it's nice and bright and white. So what we did was I started out with a specific cleaner for tile and grout. We sprayed it down, let it sit about 5 to 8 minutes. Then I went over it with a slow speed 177 side to side with really thick vinyl, not vinyl, but nylon brushes. And that dug into the grout to try to pull out as much as possible. Then we ran over it with our truck mount with a tile spinner, about probably 1500 psi and heat. And then after that, I mopped it with just plain water and a old style mopping bucket. And then for the final, I'm using a kind of a glass cleaner, Eco Labs glass cleaner, and I'm using it's not microfiber, but not sure what it's made out of, and then I'm going back over it. That gets any residue off. It makes sure there's no footprints from people walking over. There's no dirt that came off of our hoses or anything. Everything is as clean as possible. And this will keep them from having points deducted on their inspection, which is anywhere from tomorrow to the next 30 days. So they only give them a 24-hour notice, so there's no way for us to get in if they give them a short notice and get this cleaned up right before someone shows up. So that being the case, you do it to make sure if they come tomorrow, they're good. If they come in 30 days, as long as they maintain it, they're good. Now, the issue has been, we're finding out from talking to a lot of people, is the way they're mopping it. They're not changing their water out quite as often as they should. For this is like 2,500 to 3,000 square feet. And they're probably using one bucket for the whole thing. So not changing out their mop water is one issue. Come to find out, they're not even utilizing the chemical they're supposed to be utilizing, which they're using a quaternary cleaner, the same quaternary cleaner you'd use if you were doing dishes and you have like your soap, your rinse, and your quat. So that's not really cleaning. I mean, it's sanitizing the floor, sure, but it's not cleaning the floor, it's sanitizing the floor. Most people are not going to eat off the floor, especially in a hotel, because it's like they know the number of people that walk over this floor in a hotel, so they're not going to eat off the floor. It doesn't need to be sanitized, it needs to be clean. So they need to go back to either the pH neutral floor cleaner or the ammonia based floor cleaner, whichever the one. They need to start cleaning with that. They need to start, especially over the next 30 days or in between today and when they have their they get the notice for their inspection. It needs to be cleaned every day. They need to change out their water, use the appropriate cleaner. And if they did that, we would be here less often and it would stay cleaner longer, and when we come through, it wouldn't be nearly as much of a pain in the butt to clean. It would be easier to clean and deep clean, and they would maintain it in between. But hey, they want to pay us to come do it, I don't have a problem with that. So anyway, that's what's going on. That was our job today. Tim Moore, TLC Floor Care in Smyrna, Tennessee.